Hey, I just wanted to add on to my video that I made a little over 3 months ago around, I guess, the wiring, and just want to mention a couple things as well. A couple people asked about the wiring piece, which is definitely important. As you can see, I have mine that runs through the side and then up through. Again, mine is vinyl, so it's not going to be as critical compared to like aluminum where it could cut the wire. Now remember, the idea behind this, as far as bar, is to protect and try to keep this mainly intact, so it won't deform it from putting blocks behind it. And plus, in case you wanted to move the camera, it'd be a lot easier to move the camera and not have too much damage behind. But again, thinking about if you have aluminum, you can drill, just like someone had made a comment, you can drill a small hole into it, and then when you mount this, you can go take the wire instead of through the side and put it through the center up through, and then when you drill your hole through here, you just line your hole and drill your hole through the soffit as well, and it'll be a clean install as well too. And this way here you can go right up through the attic as well instead of going through the side. Really depends on which you want to do, but again, just giving you ideas of how you can add to this as well with installation for the wiring that might help you and any concerns. Another thing too is just make sure that you also, when you do put the wiring up through, especially if it's metal, you want to cover it. Whether you wrap in electrical tape or however you do it, just extra protection is good. And again, it's low voltage. This is the Cat 5 network cable, which is a lot of the new IP cameras that are coming out now are using that, which is low voltage. So in case something did happen, you know, worst case scenario, you have to replace the camera or the wiring, or if you have enough slack, you can actually pull through and just put a new connector on it. Now I wanted to show you in the attic. As you can see, every attic's probably a little bit different, but again, running the wire up through, you know, most wires in attics, as you can see, are laying all around. Not really sure what code is on different things, but I figured with the low voltage wiring, I basically just ran it underneath and sometimes on top, all the way to the central point. And I wanted to show you that just to give you an idea. This is right below where my kitchen is. So basically, and I'll just move it around here so you can see it. And you can see some of the wires as they come through. But you can see all the wires come through. A lot of wiring here. Through a central point. So with that, I ran them all through here down into the stud, and as you can see, they're all ran down through there. Now one thing I did do is, as you can see, I left a little bit of slack in here in most all the wires, and basically if you need to replace an end, or if you want to, you know, again, if something happens up by the camera, you can pull it a little bit out so you can put a new connector on. You know, putting a new connector on is not too bad. You gotta have the right tool to put the connector on the wire. You have to make sure the color code for the wires are in the correct order. There's actually a tester you can check with as well too to make sure you got the right sequence in the wires. But again, you really want to keep the wires as short as possible from the camera to the unit. Okay, so I wanted to show you where I installed the camera system. A lot of you and a lot of us have cabinets above the refrigerator that we don't use, so I figured, where could I put the camera system inside the house that would be out of the way and definitely would not interfere with anything, you know, from kids messing with it or whoever, or even if someone broke in looking for it. So my solution was to put it above the refrigerator, and as you can see, you know, most of our cabinets in above our refrigerator is usually empty. So when I came in through the wall, naturally it's an inside wall, so there's no insulation. As you can see, I ran the wires through to a plate, and installed the plate into a box and connected the Cat5 wires to that. Now the other stuff I have up here is the internet connection, so that's the internet modem there, and then my Wi-Fi, so that has no bearing on what I have for the camera. Although, you know, it's easy to connect the camera here, or the DVR unit, to the internet because it's right here as well. One thing I did do for the camera system was put a battery backup, so if you have power surges or outages for a little while, the camera will still work. So a couple things I want to mention too is I ran the holes. I don't know if you can see the holes on the top, but I'll show you this side here. I drilled 2 holes in the top. That's really the only thing I did to modify the cabinet. Didn't want to mess it up as well, but really I thought about ventilation holes. As I checked this over the summer, the box, the cabinet really didn't get anything over about 84, maybe 85 degrees at any given point. So again, different climates might yield a little bit different. Not sure how hot the box can get, but so far I haven't had no issues at all. And as you can see, there's the DVR unit for the QC camera system, and basically have the monitor next to it, which it just sits in there. So if I needed to use it, then I can pull out my mouse here on top and I can look. Now it's a little bit cumbersome because it's above the refrigerator, but at the same time, hopefully you won't have to look at your camera system too much. But again, it's just another way to conceal it and keep it out of the way. And plus, with the new apps that they have out now with all these new camera systems, it's pretty easy to look at your camera through your phone, probably at any given point, wherever you are. So hopefully this helps, and good luck on your new camera install.